Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about something kind of fun because it's always intriguing whenever a random news article goes and brings on up all these like little console fights between the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and all that good stuff. And it's always kind of intriguing just for me because sometimes I like to go and just go read it, kind of see what they say and kind of chime in my own little thoughts as well. Though usually most of the time these end up either get like on the PlayStation 5 of YouTube or the Xbox side of YouTube. So hopefully we just get like in the nice middle side of YouTube where it's just a bunch of kind of chill people kind of just want to go and talk about games, because I feel like there's like some pretty big distinctions on things I'm going to be on the focus for myself this next upcoming year for gaming, and as well as the kind of the holidays are kind of winding down. It does kind of go and show that it's just hard to still get both these consoles. So at this point, I'm just happy to go and be able to go talk about the games in the first place and be able to go play the games in the first place. So might have a little bit of controversial takes on it. I'm going to probably try my best to be like a little bit on the middle side for it. And it's nothing super crazy. It's probably stuff we've already heard about as is already. But I just want to go and talk about it because why not? So if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. We also have the brand new Samsung links down below, the PS5 links, and the Amazon links down below, the Twitter and Twitch if you guys want to follow. And of course, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get a bunch of free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below, so let's go dive on into this. So this is kind of an intriguing first part over here, which kind of leads into a very easy to kind of comprehend type of just I guess like discussion slash argument on both sides. So I want to go a little bit more in depth my own self as we go and talk about it, because for me, you can probably go into a lot of these things kind of just do this for clicks. So let's go and kind of all dive on into it. So we actually have an article over here just for Forbes, which I kind of understand why it gets so many views. There's 132,000 views. What on earth? There's also, honestly, like, no offense to this guy, probably kind of a mediocre article, where they go and start this saying the Xbox is about to leave the PlayStation in the dust in 2022. So as with this, Microsoft has made huge strides towards winning back gamers and welcoming newcomers to the hobby. A radical about face compared to the team-leading Xbox and the Xbox One launch in 2013. Which I'd actually kind of agree on this too. I would go and say the introduction on the Xbox and Xbox Series S been pretty good. This usually always comes down to Game Pass. I'm sure this guy's going to bring up Game Pass in a second. And as well, I do feel like they're trying their best to mold into other various things, into either them trying to go make it where it's more inclusive, trying to go get more into like cloud gaming and streaming. And overall, they just want to make sure the Microsoft slash Xbox Game Pass entire ecosystem's huge, rather than just, you know, only Xbox itself, the only Xbox console itself. Because you can also, don't forget, always do the stuff on PC. So the driving force behind the rise of the Xbox isn't the new Xbox Series X console or its baby brother, the Xbox Series S. Instead, it's one of the two punch of the Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Cloud Gaming, which I would agree. A lot of these kind of big critiques, a lot of these types of stuff, we've kind of talked about this probably a bajillion times on this channel, is always comes down to exclusives and always comes down to the value of Game Pass. And I kind of wish we'd have like a better, kind of a somewhat better critique when it comes to it, which I'll try to dive into a little bit more myself. So basically, while Sony has the better exclusives, which I'm definitely going to harp on there a little bit for Xbox, not that I think the Xbox is a bad console, I think Xbox is awesome, primarily because you can play them on PS4, PS5, though increasingly they're releasing later on PC as well. The Japanese game maker has nothing comparable to the Xbox Game Pass or Xbox Cloud Gaming. The closest thing Sony has right now is PlayStation Now, but at least thankfully they are trying to make that a little bit better in their new features. So if you guys didn't hear, we actually did have a chance for the PlayStation itself to go and actually now combine PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus, and they're also trying to go and test out various other type of different ththings of like game trials and game streaming, just the overall better overall system when it comes to allowing that. So I do want to say right now though, and anyone who disagrees, I'm not sure what you want to say, Game Pass is phenomenal. Game Pass, especially on PC or overall just on the Xbox Game Pass, the amount of thousands of games, new release titles, even right now for Halo, if you guys want to go play the Halo campaign for literally $1 just a trial, you can. It's amazing. Like, it's literally the best deal ever. But for me, I still stand by this, be like the hot take. You guys can give me your thoughts down below. Totally agree if it's cool, okay if you guys disagree or whatever. I think a lot of it kind of just comes down to exclusives. And still, that's the big reason why myself, I have not actually gotten an Xbox Series X console. Because number one, I have a nice PC, which is good. I have a Game Pass subscription. I'm never against it. I think it's probably one of the best things in gaming. But the big reason is also sometimes I don't actually have a really big reason to kind of use it, because all these games that are on Game Pass are games I've already played and already done. Now, I'm a little bit more on the outside of the skirt, where I'm a little bit more of like, I stream on Twitch, I play games all the time. No doubt there's gonna be a lot more of these games I haven't played, which is why I really do think the Xbox is phenomenal for just the normal gamer, maybe even like a kid out there who just can't afford to go drop $60 every month on a brand new game, or even be able to go and spend 20 bucks on indie games all the time, because they're in school and high school and college students or whatever. I think that's great, and that's why I even think the Xbox Series S is still phenomenal. I love it. Like, these are just good. I love having options, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree. But the one big issue, though, is even when you have options, in my unique case, sometimes you have to basically go be a gamer where I want new stuff. I want the exclusives. I want the new games. And now I do think the Xbox ecosystem's great. At Game Pass, great. And especially because they have so much money to go and just kind of throw around, especially being owned by Microsoft, I think they're making a great decision. I think long-term Game Pass will be amazing. I think long-term almost every single person is going to have Game Pass in the first place. But the big issue with it is that accessibility is awesome. I love it. I will keep my Game Pass subscription. The big issue is the fact that there's basically just no major good games coming on. So this article basically kind of just winds down basically saying, the Xbox Series S, good console. It's very, very accessible. A lot of folks can get into it. And I think that's going to be a huge, huge market. I think the Xbox Series S is underrated, especially for places like in China, in India, or just lower income places, or as well, if you're just like a teenager, like $300, so much more cheaper than $500. Nonetheless, you spend that next then like $15 a month on Game Pass, you're good for the next few years for games, you're good to go. And I think that's actually a really big marker that I feel like not a lot of folks kind of touch on, is the Xbox Series S has been taking over markets. They're selling so much. And overall, it's probably even selling better than almost the PS5 and Xbox, because we even had articles stating that the Xbox Series S was actually literally doing better sales on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And that alone, I would almost want to say it's not really the Xbox. Like I feel like this guy's just making this honest to God thing just for clicks. And all honesty, sorry about it, buddy. Like Xbox Cloud Gaming, that's cool. And I mean, yeah, but look at Stadia. Look at all the other, look at PlayStation Now. It doesn't really matter. I mean, maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll be better than I think and overall. But I really think something like the Xbox Series S is just the big boy over here in gaming, you know? Like, this is cool. I agree with all these points. I think it's nice. Exclusives, you care about that for the PS5? I agree. Cloud gaming could be maybe cool, maybe potential. But I do agree on this take, though. The accessibility is the biggest thing to go and note. Xbox Series S affordability is going to be great. And I think that's going to be a big reason why a lot of folks are going to keep on staying on the Xbox ecosystem and getting that monthly subscription and getting all that Game Pass stuff. But my one kind of big caveat, mainly because I'm a little bit of a PlayStation fanboy, you know, I got my PS5 right here, is just the fact that there just isn't that many good games coming up for the Xbox Series X console. So I have an article over here, basically just showing up all these upcoming games over here, and there's just not a lot that kind of fancies me. And I'm a big gamer. I'm a variety gamer. I play everything. And the same thing with PlayStation. There's quite a few games I'm extremely hyped up for. God of War, Horizon, and there's a few other more mid-tier games mixed on it, and of course a lot of games being worked on. So it is kind of a big issue on both sides, is that exclusives just we need more. Like, I love exclusives, I love new games, I love new IPs, I love AAA games that are actually like working on release. But as of right now on both sides, even the Xbox, although they might be doing great on Game Pass, and I agree, I think Game Pass is awesome, it might also be a little bit more on the mediocre side because there's just no major good games coming out. And you guys can probably say the same thing for the PS5 after God of War and Horizon are both out too as well. But, you know, I think that's just the state of gaming. But like, they have Halo. Halo is awesome. But of course, Fable 4. I would love to play it. But as of unfortunately right now, it's still just to be determined. So how is this going to take over 2022? State of Decay. Always heard good things. Still, once again, to be determined. Starfield. I'll be fully honest, I'll be so genuinely surprised that this game is not delayed, just based on how everything's been as well for the pandemic, as well as all those other various games. Even Battlefield has also been delayed too as well. I would love it. I think this game's gonna be fantastic. I'm hyped up for this. I want a good RPG to go and sink my teeth into, especially ever since Cyberpunk was basically, well, Cyberpunk. But once again, this is still a whole nother year away, and I would be so genuinely surprised that this game is somehow not already going to get delayed. And we have other games too, like this Shredder's game. Looks kind of nifty, I guess. Crossfire, I guess, whatever. This has been out for a long time, though, as well. Redfall, too, if it doesn't get delayed as well. Like, there's still some good games. If anything, you know, like, this is probably the most anticipated game for me. I love the very first Hellblade for it. But I just really feel like there just isn't really that many good games. Stalker, if you want the RPGs, I guess, too, as well. I don't know. Like, I'm in the cross section where I just think both consoles need more exclusives. But right now, I do feel like the Xbox is winning in terms of Game Pass and the Game Pass value, and the Xbox Series S kind of slowly taking on over. But I just don't feel like that's enough to win the console war, mainly because the PlayStation 5 still has been selling about double the amount of consoles as the Xbox Series X and S, and it's just, the hype is more on the PlayStation. The hype is already there. Once you get that first year already in, the console numbers are insane. Their productions and predicted sales are insane for the PlayStation 5. It's just really hard to beat. Now, it is also 2021. I just want you guys to play whatever consoles you guys go and like in the first place. Just in general. Like, I got like a little space over there. I just want you guys to go and have a game that you guys like, a console that you guys like. At the end of the day, that's all that kind of matters to me. But at the same time, too, There's just they're at this point almost just always arguing two different sides. The Xbox Series X side, which is all about Game Pass and growing Game Pass and just letting everyone go play games, amazing. And the PlayStation 5, really good exclusives, good hardware, and just kind of the novelty of it, and especially if you're a PlayStation fanboy and not what your friends are also playing. So kind of give me your thoughts down below. I don't think necessarily one console is going to necessarily be a winner or not, but I do kind of feel like it's just nice that both of them are doing so well, and we all truly know that the Switch is the best console. That's just a meme, but hope you guys all enjoy the video. Give me your thoughts and comments down below. I always feel like it kind of comes always down to these debates of Game Pass versus exclusives is always the go-to gusto of everyone, but I always like to hear your thoughts, especially as you guys might be getting your consoles or waiting for your consoles for the holidays. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the PS5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller. Samsung links too as well. Make sure you guys join our brand new mouse giveaway. Follow the Twitter and Twitch stream. Sign up for that Weeble. Sign up for that Coinbase. Go and deposit $100 for Weeble. Get a bunch of free stock for your money. Just instantly go and sell it. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you guys.